world where reviewers were everywhere. This is the one reviewer came out of nowhere. The Stealth Knight. He wasn't the reviewer we wanted or really needed. We really honestly didn't need him, but hey, he's here to stay. This is ridiculous. This guy, I'm out.
I have something that I've been calling the stealthiest looking board that has been in production right now, and it is called the Flex Pro. This thing looks like that if Batman was to ride an Esk8, this would be his choice. And let me get into the specifics here for you. Let's start off with the main focus part that I would say is that the deck. So the deck itself is actually constructed in the same way as that snowboard's constructed. So there's multiple different layers of fiberglass, bamboo, and it's all constructed with this nice ABS sidewall all the way around the entire thing. So you get this really nice stealth black looking situation, but it's actually also a protective layer on there as well too. The reason why I think that with this board, it's noticeably poppier than other boards is because of that construction. I think that it absorbs with the grip tape that's on there as well too, the super soft grip tape. It absorbs the bumps in the roads, and it actually, when you're really aggressively carving, I feel that when you hit that bank, the board actually, just like it would be on my snowboard, launches you back into the curve, allowing you to get that really dialed in feel to the road. It also absorbs all of the cracks and bumps and everything like that, because when you do ride this thing down the road, it's got the 90mm wheels that comes with it. You know, you can feel the road a lot better with this type of board. I can't stress enough that I do really love the look of this board. I think the all black sleek design, a super stealth looking board. These little foot pocket wells, these concaves that are inside here, they really do hold you in place, and they do give you that feedback to the road there. So, I mean, on longer rides, it might be a little bit more like foot fatigue that you would get inside there. But I didn't find myself having a problem on doing a range test or anything like that. I kind of, you know, every so many miles I was stepping off just to kind of stretch out anyways and check out the board. But I do think that this is absolutely one of the better looking decks, better feeling decks that's out there, because it does hold you in place while you're riding, because this board can hit insane amount of speeds of 31 miles an hour. It just does lend itself to being a really fun board. Again, Exway with innovation and kind of thinking outside of the box, they really do give you every aspect possible, giving you the best bang for your buck. It's already got the ABS sidewalls on side there, and that would be enough to stop you from having any dings or dents or scratches like that on your board, but they do add these rubber protective parts. So on the front nose there, you got this little rubber protective piece, and the same thing on the back, rubber protective piece. It's just the thought to include that inside there, it's just one step ahead of the competition when I think that Exway has an incredible piece of the market there. So Exway has gone ahead and put the 4240 160 kV motors inside of this board, which is 33% more power than before on the ER edition. I can tell you that it is got plenty of power, plenty of torque, and enough to propel me up to 31 miles an hour, which is their top speed recommendation. I hit 31 miles an hour on the GPS tracking system, and along with my speedometer that I do in my little test there. It is a powerful board. It is gonna get you up to speed. In Gear 4, it's able to really give you all of the power and give you everything as far as like the torque right off the bat. It's kicking you back, but it's smooth. It's not a jerky acceleration. It's nothing to kick you off the board like other competitors, but it's definitely a nice smooth acceleration, but it's powerful. And I would say with the planting, being able to plant your feet inside these pockets on the deck and being able to like full launch off the line, you're gonna have a great time with this board. I think it's got some really nice power and everything inside there. It's not overbearing as far as that goes. So it does have the brand new ESC 3.0 from Exway inside there. This leads to a newer, more powerful, it's smooth, it's got great ability, and it does pair well with the remote that is also a brand new, the 5.0 remote as well in there. The cool part about that is that it's got a ton of features. So ESC can also pair with the remote, which also has a brand new screen that also pairs with the brand new Exway Esk8 app. All of this combined means that you have a lot of customizable options. So if you wanted to go into the app and be able to customize the different settings of gearing, the different brake power, whether it's a hub drive, belt drive, there's just a ton of different features available in this new app. And the good thing is that the over-the-air updates can also happen via the remote, or you can have it actually downloaded onto the remote and then use it and update it offline, which means that you don't have to have an internet connection to update your skateboard and things like that too. So they've really thought about everything, kind of made it future-proof. which I think is, again, another step in an innovation series that they have. I know it's some companies have them, some companies don't with the app. The app is cool. I do find myself that once I set it, I kind of forget it. I don't necessarily go back in there and make too many adjustments. But the good thing is that if I do have someone jump on the board that's not necessarily an advanced rider, I can dial it all back and go back in the app and be able to set everything back. Or I can also do it from the remote too. I can click on the remote, go through different settings, and be able to actually adjust everything that's on there as well. So I would say that Exway is really, as far as innovation goes, they always do seem to sneak ahead of the competition when it comes to that situation. So with Exway's brand new ESC control and 3.0 ESC that's in there, brand new remote settings, this remote does look different than you would on the other one. You have a ton of information from your board battery power, your remote battery power, your speed at the time you're then, miles per hour. You can change it to kilometers as well. The different gearing ratio, I'm in turbo mode, odometer for your trip that you're doing it right then, your overall odometer that you're riding in. Now, the good thing about this is that this new ESC allows you to have a totally different customizable situation. So once you hold this down, Exway pops up, it goes into a totally different setting mode. Now this setting mode allows for a ton of different options here. Your driving mode, calibration, the version you're in, speed units, advanced, and other settings. So let's click advanced. Advanced allows you to do a ton of different options right then and there to switch everything over from your motor gear selection, your wheel gears, your wheel diameters, your brake level, and your max speed settings. Other allows you to go into different things and choose from turbo mode being on, free mode going on, which basically allows you, once you pull the brake and you hit a certain brake, it starts going back and forth to different series. Cruise control, shift lock, the quick charge safety, and then upgrading as far as over-the-air upgrades for your ESC. Click exit again, and it goes back to your regular setting. Tons of different information available just inside the remote, which I think is absolutely awesome. I think they did a great job with this remote and with the new ESC pairing on here as well. So Exway has gone ahead and created this 210 watt charger with gallium nitride. What is gallium nitride? You've probably seen this around so far in other companies, but basically what that means is that it's a new system that allows you to charge better than the silicone system. It allows you to charge faster and more efficiently, reducing less heat to the actual battery pack, so it just charges up quicker. Exway claims a 0 to 50% in 1 hour, and I got that and then some from my 0 to full in about an hour and 30 minutes. So in less time than I thought, I was able to get back on the road, and I was still able to ride at 25 miles of range and then go ahead and plug in from 0 to 50 in less than an hour is pretty incredible. I mean, you're able to go on group rides, you have the fear of, having that range anxiety, but if you're stopping on the way, and even if you plug in for a few minutes, it's able to transfer more power into your battery pack than your typical silicone chargers from the past would. So more efficient, smaller package, everything wins. Let's talk trucks. So the infamous Exway Tris trucks are absolutely fantastic here. They have the double barrel inside there as well too, giving you a very nice car feel overall for this board. Now it does come with the 90mm, same wheels that you would find as far as you're on the Exway Atlas. It's the 90mm by 64mm by 78A durometer. So nice grip, super soft, absorbs the road, but really gives you that option to carve in there as well too. I'm going to do a separate video on this, but Exway did send me the Hydro wheels. Now I'm gonna do a more in-depth video on these ones because I feel like it deserves it. These in collaboration with Exway and iCloud. iCloud has gone ahead and created more of this like tire, but it literally lends itself to being almost like a tire. Brand new professional series bearings that have the built out inside there as well. The no need for space or anything like that. It's all built inside of there as well too. But these are 100mm by 64mm, and the durometer is kind of like not on there because it's just this whole laid on top track part. Now, this is supposed to give you extreme grip in more of like wet conditions or slippier conditions. And I haven't been able to test them because I haven't gotten the pulleys for them yet. So once they sell me the pulleys, I'll be able to go ahead and get this and give you a bit more in depth with these. I can speak on is that the 90mm wheels that are available on here as well too, these things grip for days. They are really nice, super soft, but give you the ability to kind of like really lean into your cars, and also with better range comes with smaller tires. The 90mm gives you a great amount of range. That's what I did my range test on. So I definitely recommend picking up either set of these. Once I kind of get into the Hydro wheels, I think that those will be really nice, and there was just, again, another step in innovation direction when it comes to Exway. They really just kind of think outside the box. They have a great different thought process when it comes to making their wheels, so. Now, the battery pack that is in here is a 345 watt hour 21700 cells series board. It is plenty of range for this price point, and it also lends a battery from the ER. So you're not getting any difference from the battery of the ER edition to the Pro. Same series as far as that goes. It's just that you are getting more power with the powerful motors, and you're getting a slightly different deck in that sense, with the little bit of a bump out there as well too. But it's still the same batteries you would be getting in the ER. So you're getting roughly 25 miles of range, depending on how you use that. I always say, you know, take that with a grain of salt, because range can be affected by a multitude of things. Your weight, the wind, the weather outside. For me, where I'm at right now, it's cold. So I get less range than I would normally get if it was in the summertime or springtime. So for me, I was getting 22 miles of range on this board, which I think is pretty awesome in the weather condition I was at. It was around like 48 degrees that day. I was riding it semi-aggressively, flat road, so nothing as far as like going crazy uphill, crazy downhill. But for the most part, you know, sticking around that 18 to 20 miles an hour, 22 miles an hour, and then bursting up to 31 every now and then, just kind of get some, you know, fun kick out. And I was finding that at the end of the entire thing, it was at 22-ish miles of range. Again, if I tested this in the warmer weather, I would think that I would get better range in that sense. But me being a bigger guy, 220 pounds, with my helmet, my gear, and stuff like that on there, adds a little bit more weight. And again, aggressive carving, that kind of stuff, all of that lends to different factor as far as you get with range. But for a 345 watt hour powered battery pack with these motors, I'm really, really happy. I think this board is a knockout of the park when it comes to that. My final thoughts kind of overall. I mean, I really think that this board has an incredible amount of pros. I think that at the price point it sits at, the power that you get from this board, the ability with the carving on the trucks, the deck, the swappable wheels, everything is just kind of fit and finish, really did a fantastic job. One of my favorite things is, I think with the deck construction that I did there, and having that more of a snowboard style feel, growing up snowboarding, it really did lend itself to kind of feeling more popular in the car. I could dig into it, just like I was digging into if I was carving on snow, and I would get that bounce back, that push back, and give me the feel that I wanted to. So when I was getting into those really deep carves, I was able to get that snap back on there as well too. So I think that's one of my favorite features that's on this board. The battery is fantastic. I mean, 345 watt hours of power is enough to get you where you need to go and then some. I mean, especially if you're a speed demon and you want to hit 31 miles per hour, this board can do that for you, and it can carry you all the way through. There was some voltage sag that I noticed at the end of it all, and that was kind of like, that lends to it's with any battery that you have out there, is that once you get into the lower percentage of your battery, you're not going to get up to 31 miles an hour as fast or as easy. Every board has that, every battery pack has that. So, you know, it's definitely still not a horrible con. But again, if you have that 210 watt gallium nitride charger, slap that in your backpack, go ahead and plug it in. 0 to 50% in 50 minutes. Again, at 25 miles of range, I think that's a pretty long ride, so I don't think you're gonna be too upset with that sense. I would say that this is really someone that if you're looking for any of the Flex series, from the standard to the ER to the Pro, for the little bit of extra money, you're getting a much more powerful board and a much better board in my sense from the ER to the Pro. Also, the look of it, total, you know, personal preference, but I think that I think this stealth look really is just so cool. I mean, my joke has obviously been, you know, riding around, is calling myself the Stealth Knight when I'm in my all black with my helmet on. I've been getting a lot of compliments when I'm going places. I stop in the coffee shops or I stop on the errands. People are always complimenting on this, saying that, you know, the whole entire thing, they literally like, what are you, Batman? I'm like, yeah, I'm Batman.
I want you to know, I'm completely lost.
And if you guys have found any of this information helpful to you, please go ahead and click that subscribe button. We've had an incredible amount of growth thanks to you guys. I really appreciate it. But the more subscribers, the better the channel can grow, the more content I can put out, more companies reach out to me. So it really is appreciated. I mean, I can't thank you guys enough. But it really has been an absolutely awesome journey this far, and I'm looking forward to growing even more and being able to showcase more stuff on the channel here for you guys. So please, if you haven't, subscribe down below, click that like button, notification on. We have a ton of things coming out, from live stream interviews with people in the industry, going on to more content and more tips and tricks coming out. And in March, upcoming year, Esk8 Con, looking forward to that. Looking forward to meeting a lot of the guys that are out there and meeting you guys too. If you haven't yet, subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Peace.